lovely people. Let's keep this short because it is a beautiful day and I am squinting to keep my eyes open in this light. My boyfriend and I are currently in Auckland, Aotearoa, and we are here for a little birthday holiday. Today's my birthday and the plan is we're going to go out, do a little bit of yarn shopping, hit all the lovely yarn stores up here. For the rest of this video, I didn't have a specific project in mind that I'm going to be working on, but I wanted to do, oh my goodness, bright. Oh, so I am back. I've got the solution. But for the rest of the video, I wanted to do a little knit with me vlog, show you what projects I'm currently working on. I knitted my first Sophie scarf the other day, and I've become a little bit Sophie scarf addicted. So I've got this one in kind of a light pale grey blue. It's I think it's the Muhu alpaca yarn or something along those lines, but I'll attach a little picture of the ball. I never would have thought to do alpaca for this scarf, but I was visiting a yarn store in Wellington and they had a display scarf just to show off the pattern, and that was done in the same yarn, just a different colour. So here we go, that's where I'm up to. I'm also working on my first ever knitted colourwork jumper, which is very exciting. It's definitely not a beginner friendly pattern, and I am indeed a beginner. I've only completed 2 knitting projects before, but I'm hoping that my sheer determination plus crochet experience will carry me through. The worst that can happen, at least in my head, is that I'll have to frog it a bunch of times and keep redoing it till I get it just right, but I'm nothing if not ambitious. So here's the yarn I'm going to be working with. It's alpaca. This is a very alpaca themed video, but I've got some of the Baby Brush alpaca 4-ply Indiacita yarn, Indiacita. Very soft, very fluffy. It is only 80% Baby Brush alpaca and 20% nylon. Normally I'd want to stay away from kind of any sort of nylon blends in my knitted clothing. I think if you're going to spend like that much time and effort into making a knitted or crocheted handmade garment, for me it's worth it to use a nice yarn that you enjoy working with. I find acrylic is not that nice to wear, and for the amount of work I put into it, the payoff isn't quite what I would want it to be personally. But that being said, there is a time and a place for it. I know that alpaca is famous for being a yarn that doesn't hold its shape as much as wool, so having that tiny bit of nylon in it just keeps it looking well shaped, which especially for a colourwork garment I think will prove really, really handy. You don't want a colourwork that's all like spread out and disjointed and mangled looking, especially if you don't have like top tier knitting skills like me. It's already gonna look a bit mangled looking potentially. Another thing I know people use a lot of nylon for, or nylon blends for, is sock yarn, again because it's really important they keep that shape. It is a colourwork jumper, so I have 2 more colours that I'm going to be working with. I've got this lovely blue, this lovely pink. Ta-da! And I think those will go very pretty together. I'm very excited. Now, the pattern I'm going to be working on, it's the Scapel Oslo, I think it's the Helene sweater. I'll put a picture of the pattern up here. Again, definitely not a beginner friendly pattern, it even says so in the little notes, but oh well. Oh well, we'll figure it out. I was a bit nervous to start it, so that was maybe a good thing because it meant I did my gauge swatches. Normally I skip past them, but because I was procrastinating starting this jumper, I didn't want to waste such beautiful yarn on making something fugly. So I spent a while knitting my little swatches. Swatch number 1, this was with the recommended needle size, and it's far too big for gauge, so I sized down once more. Still far too big, so I've almost, not quite, but I've gone down quite significantly, about 2 needle sizes from where I'm supposed to be to finally meet gauge. You can see I got a little bit lazy when making this swatch, so it is shorter than it's supposed to be, but I I think we found the one. And I am ready to get into it. So I hope you enjoy this video. Grab your knitting projects or your crochet projects and come along with me for a little tour of Auckland and the yarn stores that we have here, plus a little insight into my knitting vlogging lifestyle. So have fun. So the first yarn store we went to that day was called Lupine Wool. It was in this lovely area with nice trees and coffee shops, so a really cute vibe if you're looking for like a little outing. The first thing I noticed going into the store was all the colours. Like there was such a beautiful array of different rainbow coloured yarns. Particularly what caught my eye is this gorgeous royal blue Cardiff cashmere, the one you see here. I absolutely loved it. It was so fluffy, so soft, but I ended up not bringing this one with me just because I couldn't think of what I would make. Another yarn that I really loved was this boucle yarn. I've never worked with a boucle yarn. I just think it would be really fun for adding texture to a project. As you can see here, there's a lot of Rios yarns. That's pretty standard for a yarn store in New Zealand. One thing to note about this yarn store is that although it has like a ton of 5-star reviews, and I can definitely see why that's deserved, I was feeling a little bit let down personally just because I had been hoping to find some merino possum yarns, like a lot of local New Zealand yarns, and the ones I found were pretty limited in colour options and not quite as plentiful as I thought they would be. Meanwhile, there was a lot of international brands like Rios, like Rowan, which is 100% not a bad thing. I think I just didn't have my expectations set quite right for this yarn store. Love it. We have one in our house. I'll make it. Very tempted to get a couple of these to make a jumper. This is like Aran weight, it's the one that Nana used to make your jumper. This one would make a stunning jumper, but I don't think it has all the colours I need or that I would want. It's got Falcon wool, British alpaca and British mohair. Matches my nails. We have reached the most difficult decision I had to make at the yarn store that day. I managed to choose out a skein that I really loved. It's that dark wineish red Blueface Leicester wool by West Yorkshire Spinners, which is a brand that I really love. But I couldn't for the life of me pick what mohair or maybe a Surrey alpaca I wanted to go with it. I definitely wanted something to give it a little more texture, a little drama, but the color choice was really putting me into a spin. So we had like another slightly darker shade of that Rowan mohair, that kind of browny reddish one. Or there was one that leaned more towards a strawberry pink, or we had like that bright true red. Please let me know in the comments below what you would have chosen. I'll save my decision for you as a little surprise at the end of the video. After the golf course, we went for a little fancy birthday dinner. I did not bring my knitting with me, but distance makes the heart grow fonder. I did bring it with me for brunch the next morning where I had like a yummy acai bowl. You can see here I'm doing my random little knitting style that's not quite continental, but definitely isn't English. After I saw this fun little shop with some handmade knit and crochet items that I checked out for inspiration. And then that day it was off to another golf course. This one was stunning. It is the one that I'd been looking forward to going to and taking a walk around. Hello, lovely people. So I am back from my Auckland trip. We had a really long drive yesterday, but it went very smoothly. And fortunately for me, I was able to do a whole bunch of knitting, crocheting, the works in the car on the trip back. So I have my little pile of things, updates, whatnot, bits and bobs that I want to show you here. I'm going to take you through the work that I did in Auckland, also some of the yarn goodies that I bought, and tell you where I want these projects to go moving forward. So first off, because I'm most excited about it, oh my goodness, is my colourwork jumper. So this is my first time doing knitting colourwork, and I was not prepared for how addicting it would be. I just can't help myself from wanting to do just one more row, because I love seeing the pattern build like up and up and up, and it finally start to reveal itself with each row that you've knit. So here's where I'm up to at the moment. Ta-da! You can see I've just finished the blue colourwork stripe and am starting on the pink one, which is pretty cool. As for techniques and how I'm finding the colourwork, this is actually my first knitted garment that is not a scarf. So it is very ambitious, but I am of the belief that as long as you're willing to go back and fix your mistakes and you have the patience to look things up and ask questions when you don't know what you're doing, which I definitely didn't know what I was doing for part of this, I do think it is possible to commit to a pattern and follow it to the best of your abilities. And obviously it's handmade, so I don't expect it to turn out perfect. That being said, I kind of do. I want this thing to look amazing, but fortunately for me, I think it's turning out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. I definitely think coming from a background of crochet, it's a lot easier to get the hang of some of these things. I have been told that I knit like I'm crocheting already. I use my left hand to help my tension when knitting, and I kind of pick at the knitted stitches like a crocheter would rather than wrap them over like a knitter would, but oh well. Also, I think crocheting helps me with the floats at the back. So when you're knitting colourwork, the back side you carry the colour that you're not using in those stitches. And one thing that crochet taught me is that you want to have it loose enough at the back here that you can still stretch the garment out when you're wearing it or when you're blocking it. And the floats, these little carried bits of yarn, aren't going to be too restrictive and keep the garment too tight. So that definitely helped. But yeah, overall, I think it's going very well. I'm so excited. I keep telling my partner, I think this is how parenting must feel. You pour all this work into your little project and you see it grow into this beautiful thing right in front of your eyes. So it's my little yarn baby. Next project. So I've started, ta-da, another little Sophie scarf. Yay. I started this when I was in Auckland. I'm already at the decreasing section, so it's moving pretty quickly, and I am quite happy with the progress. I also love the color of this one. Now, drum roll please, we're getting to another very exciting part. I want to show y'all the yarn that I got when I was in Auckland. I chose, this gorgeous West Yorkshire spinner, Blueface Leicester wool. I'm in love with the dark burgundy wine red kind of a colour. Originally, when I chose it out, I was thinking it would make like a gorgeous vest or even a jumper if I had enough yarn. Having seen that Petite Knit has just released or is just about to release a new sweater pattern, the Hannah sweater, with this gorgeous ribbed v-neck, I fell in love with it and I decided I had to make it, and this was going to be the colour that I'm going to make it in. Hopefully I have enough. If not, I'm going to have to order some more. My poor wallet is crying. But it is what it is. I don't think this Eve purchase even counts because this was a birthday gift. So, okay. Not only did I get this one, I also got a little rowan mohair to match. So whatever I do choose to make with it is going to be nice and fluffy. I'm sure y'all have seen the footage already of me in the store going back and forth between 3 different mohair combos that I think would work. But what eventually was my decider is I asked the lady who ran the shop for her opinion of which of the 3 mohairs I should choose to match this one, and she told me that this one really brought out the moodiness and the dark feel of this burgundy Blueface Leicester wool, and I like it. I'm a little bit moody, a little bit edgy, a little bit mysterious. We like that. So those are my little updates. I do want to finish a bit more of this project before we finish out the video. I don't think I'm just so excited to be working on it, 1, and 2, I don't think this is quite enough to show y'all. I think if I was watching a YouTube video and this is all I saw, it would leave me wanting more. So I'm going to take you with me. Today I am going to the beach for a little swim, and then I'm going out for dinner with a couple of my fellow knitting crochet friends. Hopefully I'll get to work on just one of my 2 projects, but we will see. Thank y'all. And she's back. So for you guys it has been a matter of seconds, but for me it has been about a week, and now I want to film the outro to my little video. Most excitingly, I want to start with my colorwork jumper. Here is where we've got into. Oh. I am loving it. It was especially exciting when I added in the pink color and seeing how my color scheme was working out. I think it's absolutely stunning. It is the most addictive project I think I've worked on by far. I have barely put it down to do my work, to do my workouts, to eat, sleep. I just can't stop. I also have my Sophie scarf that I was working on in Auckland. Unfortunately, I was playing a game of yarn chicken with this project and I lost. So here is what I was able to finish. I did have the thought of unraveling and then making like a slightly shorter scarf and just using the yarn that I had to finish off the last bit. But I do already own a small Sophie scarf and I was really wanting a bit of a longer one so I could double wrap it around my neck, kind of do like a little tie in the front. Oh. But I have been really wanting a longer Sophie scarf so so that I can tie it around my neck and do like a little knot action in the front here, double loop. So instead of unraveling it, I thought I would buy more yarn, and to make sure it doesn't go to waste, I'll also maybe make an extra hat or a nice bow or another accessory that I can wear with the scarf. Cute little winter set, which is good to make it now, I suppose, because it'll be ready by the time we go into winter. That's my approach. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video and the Auckland vlog and seeing some of the yarn stores around the Northern Island of New Zealand. Very, very excited to complete these 2 projects. I'll make sure to keep you updated. But until then, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. I've been told I have to start saying that in my videos. Thank you.